feeling low.
Hello there, my lemon slices, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I'm a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. We're here today for episode number 20. I can't believe this is the 20th episode of this series. MLM Top Fails, Health, Science, Nutrition, Woo-woo edition. I say that like that's not every episode. This it is. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, hit that subscribe button and join the lemonade stand. I would sure love to have you here. Without any further babbling, let's make lemonade. This episode's a little bit different because it's sort of an extension of my Amare deep dive that just went up a few days prior to this. All the reactions that you're going to see in this video today are exclusively from representatives of the multi-level marketing company Amare. These are all reactions I had to cut out of my Amare deep dive because the video was just getting way too long. So I decided that the ones I cut out I would save, set aside, and put into an MLM Top Fails video, so that's what we're doing right now. For those of you who don't know, maybe you didn't catch my deep dive, Amare is just a health and wellness multi-level marketing company. Dietary supplements, weight loss, gut health, blah, blah, blah. Same shit, different day. The thing that's interesting is Amare is they do differentiate themselves as the mental wellness company, and that's kind of their tagline in something that a lot of the reps really lean into, and we're going to see a horrifying example of what I think is a big problem with that later on in the video. But this first fail is going to be a post from an Amare representative shilling their product called GBX Burn, which is basically like a fat burner, which I don't know what that has to do with mental health, but okay. Okay, so this is an Instagram post. It's like 8 or 9 pictures. I'm gonna kind of put each picture up in a slideshow fashion as I read the caption. When I started using Amare products just a few months ago, I knew the company was different. They were a mental wellness company, and all of their products are filtered with that in mind. That's a weird language. I don't know why she said that. Part of mental wellness is how we perceive ourselves and how we feel physically and emotionally. Coming to the end of my pregnancy with our 3rd child, I know my body is not the same as it used to be. For that, I am grateful. It has grown humans. I have provided food and nutrients for over 2 years for each child, but I would be lying if I said I didn't look in the mirror sometimes and wondered if I could fit better in my pants, had more stamina to keep up with the kids, and even didn't crave that candy or late night snack that isn't doing me any good. As I get close to delivery, I am getting excited about how adding these new product GBX Fit and Burn to my routine will help me postpartum to help me feel like me again, and hopefully even better. GBX Burn is a synergistic blend of natural herbs, spices, and amino acids that have been clinically studied to increase your calorie burn and support weight management. Swipe through the slides for info. You don't have to wait till delivery though. You can get started today. These products are on pre-sale for an incredible deal. Drop a fire emoji if you want a discount code. All right, so I have a few things to say. First things first, this before and after picture that showed, I don't think that's her. That looks like somebody else. This shows nothing. She's not even standing up straight, and she's wearing a shirt too loose to even see anything. She looks the same to me too. Like, this is not a good before and after picture, so, you know, fail on showing how amazing these supplements are. So I guess she plans on using this supplement stack pictured here, which includes this burn supplement after she gives birth. So a lot of dietary supplements, especially fat burners, should be taken with caution when you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Now, she did say she was going to wait until she gives birth. I don't know if she's going to breastfeed. She didn't say, but I guess I am just putting that out there just because. Now, this came up a lot in my deep dive about the products. When you look at the ingredients of GBX Burn, it's a proprietary blend. We've talked about these before. Although each ingredient does have to be listed, the FDA does not require supplement manufacturers to list out quantities of each of those ingredients in the proprietary blend. The total amount of the blend has to be stated. The total amount of each ingredient does not. This might present an issue if you're allergic to or sensitive to an ingredient in a proprietary blend. You also won't know which ingredient in the blend made you sick. Please be wary of proprietary blends. And also, once again, a lot of herbal dietary supplements, they should be taken with caution if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or on certain medications. Please just check with your doctor, not your Amare rep. Stormy is, I have a floor-length mirror in my office right there, and she's just really intently staring at herself in the mirror. Okay, so this next clip I want to talk about, this is for the Amare product called Ignite. It's from the sexual wellness category from them. And the video that we're about to watch is actually, I didn't find it on Instagram. This is actually a video that is directly on their product page of the product. I guess they kind of got together a bunch of clips from a few different reps talking about how amazing the product is. We're not going to watch this whole video, but I am just going to show a portion of the video. She says something particularly disgusting and reprehensible that I just felt like I wanted to share with the rest of the class. So here it is.
When I first found out about the new product and really the new category that we are launching, I felt a little embarrassed about the idea of showing up on social media, talking about this. And I knew if I was feeling that way, I wasn't going to be the only one. This product has the potential to be a touchy subject for people. I personally have a history of abuse. I've experienced medical trauma with 2 high-risk pregnancies, 2 premature births, and I've done a lot of therapy in this area. So really the couple of things that helped me to work through that is thinking about, 4 years ago, we met people with holistic solutions that worked, that delivered results, and helped people feel better. That was so groundbreaking. With this product and with this category, it's a similar thing. There's a lot of shame. There's a lot of, oh, we don't talk about that, or that's just the way it is. And there's not a lot of solutions that are out there. We get to open the door, have those conversations, but we also get to show up with solutions that work, and we get to help people feel better in this way. This is just another kind of tool in our toolbox to help us be even better at something that we're already really good at. I'm so excited for this product launch, excited to see the testimonies start to roll in and what this does for all of our businesses.
Help us be better at something that we're already really good at. She bragging about clapping cheeks. All right, but seriously though, I guess it depends on your background. Some people are uncomfortable talking about sex, some people are not. I mean, depending on the company, obviously. I'm not uncomfortable talking about sex. It doesn't bother me. Maybe that's because my parents were pretty open-minded people and I was not raised super conservative. Not that my parents were just like willy-nilly letting me do whatever I wanted, but I wasn't afraid to talk to them. So I don't know. I'm personally not afraid to talk about, and the topic of sex does not make me feel uncomfortable, again, depending on the company. The thing that really stuck out to me, first of all, she didn't really say that much about the product. I mean, she just kind of gassed it up, but she didn't really talk about the product, which is not really surprising, honestly. But she started off her pitch, that's what I'm calling it, by mentioning something pretty sensitive. She said that she has a history of abuse. Now, because of the nature of this product, I'm assuming that abuse is in nature, which is awful. And it's a horrible thing that a lot of people, unfortunately, have had to deal with in their lives. But I'm not sure what that has to do with this product. I could be being extremely nitpicky, and if I am, you guys don't be afraid to let me know if I'm being nitpicky, but I felt like it was extremely distasteful for her to mention that she has a history of sexual abuse when promoting a product that's being promoted to support sexual wellness. That just felt extremely distasteful. She also didn't tie that into the product at all. That made me feel some type of way. I just feel like mentioning any sort of abuse that you have endured when you're promoting something to sell, I don't know. I just feel like that's just distasteful. I just don't like that. It just feels icky. I don't like that. You guys gotta let me know what you think about that one. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say about that one. Let's move on to another one. Okay, so this next one is about the Amare product, or I guess I should say the Amare product pack called Happy Juice. We're gonna watch a reel. This is an Amare representative and she's telling us about all the amazing things about the Happy Juice product line. If you did not see my deep dive on Amare, really quick, Happy Juice is a package of 3 products. It is Amare Edge, Mentabiotics, and Energy Plus. I noticed that I've seen that glass, like that particular kind of tumbler. I've seen a lot of reps like on Instagram. I was about to say Instamedia. God. Instagram have a tumbler like that says Happy Juice on it. And I think it's really cute. I wonder, it's probably something that like is available. You probably have to buy it through Amare. Okay, so before we read the caption of this, I just want to say something about this. Last week, I got a frother. That thing that she was using, the spinny thing. I'm kind of having like a rough week mentally because of just some stressful things that are happening with school. And my husband got me a frother the other day to make me feel better because I've been wanting one for a while, but it's one of those things just been sitting in my Amazon shopping cart. I always want to be that person that makes like the super sexy Starbucks drinks at home, and I love my frother so much. That's how I know I'm a boring adult, when kitchen gadgets excite me. Anyway, so let's read the caption of this post. Happy Juice is a combination of supplements that target the gut-brain axis. They help us increase dopamine and serotonin levels in our brain using good strains of bacteria with tons of science behind it. And it tastes like pure deliciousness. Things that stood out to me: 60% decrease in irritability scores, 55% decrease in anxiety scores, 50% decrease in depression scores, 49% in overall distress. I guess she means 49% decrease? I would assume that's what she means. 70% increase in good bacteria, 211% increase in positive mood, 105% decrease in negative mood. All ingredients are herbs, exotic fruits, plus strain-specific good bacteria, natural ingredients, plant-based, no artificial ingredients. Plus, it's gluten, soy, dairy, and GMO-free. If you want to try a Happy Juice, comment below or message me. I'll send you a code for an extra 10% off plus a free product and a Happy Juice class of your own. Oh, I can get a Happy Juice class if I message her for a discount code. So she cited a lot of quantitative data in this post. And from my own research, this data that she cited actually does come from an actual clinical study. And it's research that Amare did do on a specific product, the Mentabiotics product. I said in my Amare deep dive, the thing that I hate how they called it Mentabiotics, because when I was listening to a lot of reps talk about this, every time they say Mentabiotics, my brain wants to hear antibiotics instead. And that's just me being silly. But anyway, so I do appreciate that they have a study. You guys know I love research. It really tickles my pickle. But this study had a lot of issues in my opinion. First of all, also I'll link it below and I'll share some screenshots right now. First of all, Amare funded this study, which can represent a conflict of interest and create something called funding bias. And two, the lead researcher for this study is not only an employee of Amare, but they developed this product which they are researching. That's a huge conflict of interest. Something that I do want to say, because I want to give them credit where it's due, is in the study design of this trial. This study used a randomized placebo-controlled double-blind design. This is one of the best study designs that can possibly be used. I've even learned in school in some classes that I've taken when learning about research that this is the gold standard of study designs. It's the Rolls Royce of study designs. So I'm not giving this study much of anything, but I will give it that. Full disclosure, I did not read the entire study, but I did skim through it. I read through the abstract and I read through the discussions and the results section. The results did yield some positive changes. For example, there was an increase in good bacteria. I think that's all well and good, but personally, I do believe that I would just prefer to stick to regular exercise and eating a vegetable and an Oreo a day. I guess this is not really much of a fail. It's just something that I wanted to talk about because they actually had a study and I just wanted to bring it up. Also, if you didn't catch my deep dive, I talked about something called the gut-brain axis. This is a phrase that Amare and its reps use a lot to really go hard when promoting the product. I had never heard of it before I researched for my deep dive, but it is a real thing. I found a definition of it in an article that I found on the National Institute of Health. So I'm going to insert that clip right here and now because I can't remember it off the top of my head. So if you're a dum-dum like me and have never heard of gut-brain axis and questioned if it was a real thing, not to worry, I looked it up for you and it is a real thing. According to a GI study on microbiota and the gut-brain axis GBA consists of bidirectional communication between the central and enteric nervous system, linking emotional and cognitive centers of the brain with peripheral intestinal function. Okay, so for those of you who watched my deep dive on the Amare product line, you know I left you on a cliffhanger, and that was not on purpose. I don't think I've ever done that in a video before, but I did leave you guys with a little taste about what's to come in this video that you're watching right now. I wanted to talk about Amare's kids product line and why I think it's controversial, and more importantly, show you why it is controversial, in my opinion. First off, as somebody who has worked in school healthcare, and the biggest part of my job being medication administration, with the most common medications I administered being those for ADD/ADHD, one of the most vulnerable populations are parents of children with ADD or ADHD. So a multi-level marketing company which touts their big thing as mental wellness plus parents of children with ADD/ADHD equals this.
My pixie stick for anxiety tastes like candy. I kid you not. But the cool part is there's no sugar in it. There's no toxins. There's no chemicals. There's nothing in here that is bad for you. It is everything that is good for you. Plants, herbs, spices. There's a spice in here called saffron extract that is equivalent to kids needing Ritalin for ADHD or Prozac for depression or anxiety. And the great part is there's no side effects. So the number one side effect I always hear is mamas will say to me, my child's on medication and now they're acting like a zombie. Or my child's on medication and I can't get them to eat. They have lost so much weight. Their appetite is gone. This will not give you those side effects, yet at the same time, in a natural, holistic way, it's actually going to help support their mental health.
Unfortunately, this is something that occurs a lot. So kids that are medicated often have that feeling of fullness all the time. Their body is getting a stimulant that is making them feel full. And so they don't want to eat. They don't feel hungry, so they don't eat. So then what happens? They start to lose weight or they're not continuing to put on weight. So what would I suggest for you? I would suggest our kids pack. Our kids pack comes with 3 products. The first is the kids mood, which is amazing for kids who struggle with mood stability and focus, because that's what it deals with. It helps them calm the body. It helps them focus. It can help with sleep and anxiousness. It's amazing. And then our kids fundamentals, which is our gut healing protocol. And most likely, if they have been on medication for a while, their gut is suffering and they need it. They need to heal that gut. And when you heal your gut, that anxiousness feeling will improve. They'll start to feel a little less anxious at times. And then our vitamin. So kids that are not eating need vitamins. So the vitamin is a 3rd product. So if this sounds like something that your child might need, it is all linked in my bio. You can go take a look at it and follow along if you need some more tips. Okay, so I've been asked and I want to share, since our products are now back in stock, I can share what they are and you guys can get them again, okay? So this is our Kids Mood Pixie Stick. It is our product with saffron in it. It has saffron, holy basil, and rosemary in it. My daughter takes this. We started on this product. She is one who was diagnosed with ADHD and she has issues with focus, impulsive behavior. She is more on the ADD side of it. She doesn't really have that hyperactivity, but she does struggle with focus big time, and mood stability. So her mood is usually kind of all over the place. So we started these products about 10, 11 months ago, after we kind of thought we were going to have to turn to medication. We started her on 1 a day. We did that for about a month, and then we realized that we kind of needed to up it a little bit. So we moved on and started doing 2 a day, and that's when we noticed a bigger difference. She started adding in the fundamentals. Fundamentals has theanine in it that is very similar to saffron. It helps with focus, mood stability. It allows your brain to do what it needs to do. So she was taking this. She takes the kids' fundamentals, the kids' vitamin, the whole kids' pack, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. I noticed usually when she was coming home from school that she was kind of having little meltdowns. So I started giving her another one when she got home from school, and it helped her get through practice. It helps her get through homework, and it helps her sleep at night. It helps her calm her body so that she can lay down and fall asleep and stay asleep all night long. So this is the Kids Mood Pixie Stick. You can take it in water. You can also just open it and take it. We prefer to just pour it down in your mouth. And it's just a natural fruit flavor. Like I said, it's all natural products. It comes in a box of 30. So like I said, we do 2 a day, so we have to do 2 boxes a month. Plus I take it too. So we do a lot more than that. So Link is in my bio if you are interested in this.
All those people that we just saw were Amare representatives. The last two were actually the same lady. And those last two videos are a woman who I found out about thanks to a content creator, Hannah Alonzo. She's here on YouTube. Hannah is a content creator. She makes pretty much exclusively anti-MLM / anti-scam content. I follow Hannah on Instagram, and just one day a couple weeks ago I was watching along in her stories, and Hannah shared about, she either came across it herself or someone shared it with her. I can't remember what exactly it was, but Hannah found out about this particular lady on TikTok. The lady in the videos I just showed you, in the last two clips I just showed you. So at that point I already knew I was gonna make my video on Amare. So I actually, I messaged Hannah and I asked her for that person's, like, their handle, their TikTok handle, because this is on TikTok. I'm not gonna share the name of the person, obviously. It doesn't matter who it is. It's her content and what she's sharing that's really the problem. So this person, if you haven't figured it out, is the parent of a child with ADHD. She is also, again, an Amare representative. Her TikTok is pretty much entirely dedicated to treating her child's ADHD using Amare products. Now, as a non-parent, I just want to say, this is what this lady wants to do, then that's her prerogative. But what I don't think is only her prerogative is what she's doing with her TikTok account. In many of her videos, she is effectively promoting Amare products as a treatment for her child's ADHD, as I guess she and her child's father, I don't know if they're married, it doesn't matter, have abandoned the use of medication. That's fine, but she's promoting the use of an unproven dietary supplement as a treatment instead, and I just feel like that's just a big old problem. So as I said before, I have noticed and observed that parents of children with ADD/ADHD, they can be vulnerable. Vulnerable doesn't mean weak. It doesn't mean stupid. It just means that you're a little more susceptible to being hurt or being damaged by information that may not have your best interest in mind. I feel like content like this could potentially steer vulnerable parents into an unfavorable direction, such as abandoning their child's medication that's working, not to mention all the health claims that a lot of these reps are making now because of this. So Hannah actually reported this woman's account to Amare, and if this is not true activism, then I don't even know what is. I love that she did this. I guess Amare makes it a pain in the rear to report things to compliance. You can't just do it online or send an email like a lot of other companies. You have to kick it old school and send them a letter, like made of paper. I know. So primitive. So Hannah spent her day writing a letter. She took a trip down to the post office, put the letter in a priority mailbox, and sent it on its way. She sent this letter to compliance, letting them know about this woman's TikTok account. Again, if that's not true activism, I really just don't know what is. You guys, one of my childhood friends graduated with her doctorate in last May. So like almost a year ago now. And I bought her a gift like 6 months ago. And that gift is still sitting in my office. It's right there. See it? That's it right there. It's sitting in here because I've yet to go to the post office because I freaking hate going to the post office. Hannah did this in one afternoon. So Hannah, I feel like I speak for all of us when I say thank you for your sacrifice of going to the post office and going to the lengths of writing up a letter and sending it to compliance to report this person. So anyway, I'm showing these clips because I feel like they are also, on top of being just horrible, I feel like this is also an excellent example of what happens when a dietary supplement company claims that their products do things like support mental health and support mental wellness. A lot of people battle with mental health issues, psychological issues and such, some more extreme than others. I feel like to establish a dietary supplement company with the purpose of supporting mental wellness is so incredibly exploitative. And these clips I just showed you, this is what happens when that company is also a multi-level marketing company. If this were just any other dietary supplement company, I'll be honest, I would still have a problem with it, but not as big of a problem because there wouldn't be any representatives who were affiliated with the company like going around trying to shill the product. Yes, you'd probably have people here and there promoting it. You know, maybe they'd have a discount code. Every company has a discount code these days. But because it's not a multi-level marketing company, the stakes are not as high for people and people probably wouldn't go as hard promoting it because they wouldn't stand to gain a profit from it. They wouldn't benefit them. They wouldn't have a motive. So in terms of just the products, I do want to mention something that came up in a couple of those videos that I just showed. So I think on 2 of those videos, the reps mentioned saffron. So saffron is a spice, and it's often in a lot of dietary supplements, especially in those that are purported to help with like anxiety and stress. That one lady though said that saffron is comparable to Prozac and Ritalin. I think her exact words were that saffron is, quote, equivalent to these medications.
There's a spice in here called saffron extract that is equivalent to kids needing Ritalin for ADHD or Prozac for depression or anxiety.
I don't have to tell you guys how monumentally wrong and inappropriate this is, right? I think this is probably one of the most reckless health claims I've ever seen a rep of a multi-level marketing company make, like ever in my life. And that is definitely one where I feel like it should be reported to compliance. But then I'll have to go to the post office. But it's for the greater good. See, I feel like Hannah mentioned this in her story, but I feel like the fact that they don't accept like complaints and stuff via like email or phone call, I feel like that's a strategic move, because what they probably know will happen is they'll probably get way less complaints, because people like me who hate doing things, who hate leaving the house except for the gym and Starbucks, probably won't do it because like, oh, I gotta go to the post office. I feel like they do that on purpose, you know? So anyway, there's actually research that suggests that saffron may alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression. In fact, in researching this video, I found a pretty recent study, which I'll link below. It was a randomized double-blind placebo-controlled trial, so great study design. And it is one of many studies that concludes that based on their research, saffron may improve depressive symptoms. Now, obviously more research is needed, but this is still legitimate research, and I think this is really cool. What I don't think is cool though is the language that rep used, using the word equivalent. Like she said saffron is equivalent to, it was either, she said saffron or this supplement is equivalent to Ritalin or Prozac.
There's a spice in here called saffron extract that is equivalent to kids needing Ritalin for ADHD or Prozac for depression or anxiety.
I think that's very dangerous, especially to people who are on antidepressants, and maybe some of those people feel like they're not working, or maybe they feel like they want to find a more natural alternative. You can't say that saffron is equivalent to antidepressive medication drugs, ma'am, or to Prozac or to Ritalin. You can't say that. Yes, saffron has been shown to maybe help symptoms of depression, but that's not definitive, and more research is still warranted. Drugs such as antidepressants have saved people's lives before, and I really just don't think anyone should stop using their prescription antidepressants and start using this product or just saffron instead, at least not without talking to their doctor first. Okay, so that's enough for me today. I just got done filming my Amare deep dive. It's been a very Amare day for me, and I think it's truly enough. I have a headache, and I have a school assignment I have to work on. I'm over it right now. So I'll link my Amare deep dive in the description box of this video, which remember is kind of like part 1 of this video. Let me know what you guys thought about this one. I feel like there's a lot of really problematic things in this one, a lot of really problematic and dangerous language from representatives in this one. What else is new, unfortunately? So yeah, if you made it to this point, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Once again, another big thank you for watching and making it to this point if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Queen Lemon, over and out.
There she goes again, just looking at herself in the mirror. What's weird is she's not barking. She just like is looking at herself. Who was that? Who was that other dog? Who's that dog in the mirror? Hey, little monster. You precious little monster. For those of you who don't know, thank you, baby. For those of you who don't know, Stormy is our foster puppy. She is currently up for adoption. We actually have an adoption event next month that we're going to. Let's go outside. Baby, do you want to say bye? I'm about to let her run outside. Would you like to say goodbye? Stormy, would you like to say bye? Do you have time? Do you have time? She doesn't have time for you guys. Bye.